And the final game before Christmas, it's all smiles for the Clippers. Their third straight win here in Memphis, their fourth straight over the Grizzlies, and their grittiest yet. 114-110. The Clips with a huge win behind 20 from Ivica Zubac, along with 20 rebounds. They get 21 from James Harden, 8 rebounds, 9 assists. He almost has a triple-double. 29 from Norman Powell. We're going to see if we get someone here today. Nico Batum looks like he's going to hop on the headset for us on the sideline. Nico, thanks so much for joining us. Can you hear us?
Yes. Yes, I can. Can you hear me?
You got us?
Yes.
All right. Thank you. Thank you. Big time win for you guys here
Huge.
today. You fall down by 10. But this team never wavered in this game. What is it about this group that always seems so calm and composed? Where does that start, and how do you guys carry that throughout a game?
No, one thing with this team, like we know we got a good defense. So when we got our defense straight, like defensive rotation and everything, we know we can come back. So sometimes, yes, we have bad stretches for sure. But when we have our defense back, and like we did tonight, we let the rebound a little bit. The way we control the rebound, and then on offense, the guys do what they do. That was a big time win for us.
Talk about your teammate, Ivica Zubac. 20 points, 20 rebounds. Nice. He was questionable today.
He was.
With a calf injury, and maybe plays his best game of the year. You've seen Zoo over his career. How has he grown to play such a big role for this Clipper team?
I'm glad he had a good game, because this morning I was like, bro, sit down. Sit down for this one. We got you. He said, no, I'm going to go. So I'm glad he listened to me, though. I mean, it was huge, though. You know, he's one of the most underrated player in the NBA for sure, and he was a monster tonight.
Big time win for you guys. Points in the paint. You guys had 62 in this game, and you played a faster pace than Memphis tonight. What was the conversation coming in? Was that the key to play faster in this game? It almost felt like you played Memphis's game better than they do.
Yeah, we knew that. We knew not one of the best team on like a set play, but running on that transition is not one of the best defense. So we know we had to run, and we did it tonight.
Well, congratulations on the win, Nico. Go enjoy this one
with
your teammates. Thank you. Clippers win 114-110 behind a 20-20 game from the only Ivica Zubac. So, Adam Oslin, it's your dream. We'll step aside and be back for more. Adam's going to take over post-game when we return. The Clippers grit and grind one out here in Memphis, 114-110. For Glenn Waldrop, our statistician, Zach Boyd, our engineer, Daniel West, Adam Oslin back in the studio. See you in a moment on your Clippers Audio Network.
Not so silent night in Clipper Nation right now as they get their biggest win of the season. They take down the Grizzlies in Memphis with a final of 114-110. Welcome into your post-game show. I'm Adam Osland. We got you for about the next hour here. Clippers talk on AM 570 LA Sports and the Los Angeles Clippers audio network. And let's head back out to FedEx Forum with your radio voice of the Clippers and Carlo Jimenez. So many heroes in this one, Carlo, but without a doubt, this definitively is the best victory so far this season and the best performance by Big Zoo all year.
Adam, 9 offensive rebounds by Ivica Zubac, 20 boards, 20 points, 10 for 18. He had a calf injury and went for 40 minutes tonight. Thankfully, did not listen to Nico Batum. Nico with some great insight post-game, telling us he told Zoo, we don't need you. We'll be all right. No, Nico. No, they needed him. They needed him in a big way today. I just think, Adam, when you think about coming into this game, and you had talked about it before, on paper, it was like, oh, this might be a tough one for this Clipper team, simply because of the way Memphis played. They played faster. The Clippers struggled to get back on defense. They hounded the offensive glass. We saw that hurt the Clippers in the first half. They are a team that turns you over a lot. The Clippers have turned it over a lot. And despite that, the Clippers might want to look at themselves in the mirror and say, should we be playing faster? Should we be picking up the speed a little bit? I mean, they dominated the painted area. They dominated the fast break points. I thought the defensive intensity that started with Ivica Zubac and Chris Dunn and Derrick Jones Jr. was out of this world for this Clipper team. They hounded players. John Morant had 6 turnovers, was a -12 tonight. I mean, he was a negative factor. Forget a non-factor. He was a negative factor today for the Memphis Grizzlies. And this is just the most impressive win for the Clippers and a big one heading into the holidays. And it really shows you, Adam, why this Clipper team is so enthusiastic about Kawhi Leonard coming, and also why there's no need to rush Kawhi Leonard back. I mean, you just beat the best team at home currently in the last month of the NBA on the road in a place they hadn't lost since November 19th with all of their players. Memphis was held. I mean, no Marcus Smart today, but pretty much the entire arsenal for this Memphis squad, and the Clippers got it done. Wow.
Well, and I think part of it is just defense travels. If you hang your hat on your defense, if your floor is always, we're going to be an elite defense in this area, and if we hit shots that night, if we get timely buckets, we can beat anybody. That's really what we've seen with this Clippers team against some of the best in the league. They've beaten Denver twice. They have beaten the Golden State Warriors twice. I know they've lost to the Houston Rockets, and a lot of people pointed to this game and said, this team's too similar to the Houston Rockets. They're too physical out there. They have a bunch of young athletes out there. They're deep. How are the Clippers going to be able to match up against them? I had my doubts as well. Derrick Jones Jr. did good at times against Triple J in the starting lineup. Chris Dunn was good, obviously, against Ja Morant. Ivica Zubac completely dominated Zach Edey in this one and Triple J with 2 dunks on him in the second half. They had no answer for Big Zoo. It was like Big Zoo was inspired by his own injury out there. Like, I have to focus more tonight because I'm not feeling good. And he put together not his flu game, his calf game tonight.
Oh my gosh. I mean, I was watching him going through warm-ups, Adam, and he was ginger. He shot free throws. He looked down. He kept holding that calf. I was almost about to text you, I don't think he's going today. That's the way it looked from my eyes with literally no medical background. But the way it looked like he wasn't going hard in warm-ups. Just what a big performance from Ivica Zubac. You mentioned everybody else contributing. Underrated contributor in this game, Adam. It doesn't show up on the box score, but I thought Amir Coffey's minutes in this game were excellent. He played with an intensity and an energy that permeated throughout this Clipper team tonight. Nico Batum, the closer for the Clippers. You see why this is such a big signing for the Clipper team down the stretch, because you can put a guy out there who's played 17 years in the NBA, 2 years overseas, so 19 years of professional basketball experience. He's seen it all. He has seen it all late games. He does not make mistakes, and he found his teammates down the stretch. That connector that Lawrence Frank called him one of the best in the NBA. He connected guys today. Norman Powell, big time shots today, 2 assists and 3 rebounds as well. I thought he was excellent. That elbow jumper that I don't think I've ever seen him take like in a game, but for the win on the road to Memphis, why not?
Hey, if he needed an all-star game signature moment for people to get out there and vote for him even more, as I know Clipper Nation is doing, there it is. There's the highlight.
4 straight games now, career high for Norman Powell with 28 or more points. Just a huge win, confidence-wise, for this team. I mean, you're gonna look back on this road trip and go, "Wow, they could have swept it," but 2 out of 3. Everyone in Clipper Nation is ecstatic with that.
And getting a victory over this Memphis team that had only lost 3 times in Memphis. They just got Ja back after a big victory in Atlanta without him. They went away from him at times when it wasn't working. Then he came back in. He tied up the game. He played well down the stretch. And the Clippers won a game where they straight up outdueled and out-executed the competition at a very high level in their own house. This is not something we were seeing earlier in the season from the Clippers late in fourth quarters.
No, it's the biggest win on the road, Adam, of this season. I think it's only their 4th win against a team over 500 on the road this year, and you hope that propels them down the stretch. I mean, it's only their 4th win in which they didn't shoot over 35% from the field. The Clippers were excellent, and there's so many things when you look at the stat sheet and you go, okay, so Memphis makes 16 threes. The Clippers on the season are 1 in 10 when a team makes 15 or more threes. Well, now they're 2 in 10. The Clippers shoot under 35%. They've won 3 games when they shoot under 35%. Now they've won 4 games. Like, the ability to win games in different ways, that's how it is. That's how it is in the playoffs, right? You have to win games in which you're not shooting well, in which you don't get off to a strong start, and you have to come from behind by 10. And the Clippers showed that they have that ability. Again, without Kawhi Leonard, huge win on the road tonight.
Without their best player, they get their best victory. They win in Memphis, 114-110 over the Grizzlies. Christmas came early, Clipper Nation. You got 3 days off now. The Clippers will regroup, come back, take on the Golden State Warriors Friday night. Tip-off at Intuit Dome is at 7. We'll have your pregame show starting at 6. And, I haven't ran the numbers yet, but I know I said it at the first game, I think, in Dallas. It's feeling like it's not just the defense that travels. The wall travels. Teams miss free throws against this Clippers team. It's incredible what they've been able to do. I think that does speak to physicality. It's a taxing game going up against this Clippers team because I don't know what else to attribute that to. But this was a heck of a ball game and a heck of a win. Clippers by 4 in Memphis over the Grizzlies. They pull it off late. Heck of a call also by Carlo Jimenez. Carlo, my guy, Merry Christmas. Happy holidays. Safe travels back to Los Angeles. We'll see you at Intuit Dome on Friday.
Adam, we always cook wherever we broadcast, but we really cook when we're next to each other. See you Friday, good sir. Let's go.
Oh, we cooking like that James Harden 7-0 run in the 4th. More Clippers post game coming up next right here on the Los Angeles Clippers Audio Network. Clippers win in Memphis 114-110. They weren't walking in Memphis. They were running, and they run out with a victory. They go 2-1 on a tough 3-game road trip. They're now 17-13 on the season through 30 games, all 30 played without their best player in Kawhi Leonard. And they are still 4 games over 500. Welcome back in. I'm Adam Osland. This is your Clippers post-game show. It's Clippers Locker Room. Coming up, we got Clippers Talk on AM 570 LA Sports. But while we have a moment, let's pause 10 seconds for station identification right here on the Los Angeles Clippers Audio Network.
This is LA Clippers basketball. AM 570 KLAC Los Angeles, 98.7 KYSR HD2 Los Angeles, and iHeartRadio station.
Clippers were down 58-51 at the half, but Big Zoo was getting active in the second half and especially in that third quarter.
Clippers on a run. Harden, sidestep, open, straight away three. No, Zubac bats the rebound to himself and lays it up on the right block. That's the 6th straight double-double for Ivica Zubac. Norm on the left wing skips to the rim. Right-handed layup. Swirls off. Zubac put back. No. Gets his own rebound. Big Zoo's got to go up. He does. And he finishes as he screams towards the officials. Ivica Zubac with 14 and 12. Battles inside against Jaren Jackson Jr. Muscle steps through. Hacks it with the left hand. Ivica Zubac right over the top of Jaren Jackson Jr. What a jam.
Big Zoo had 6 points and 7 boards in the third quarter alone, dunked on Triple J. He too small. Zach Edey was too small for Big Zoo tonight. Nobody could touch him. And the Clippers were up 91-90 as they went +8 in that third quarter heading into the fourth. And then the bearded wonder showed up for a big 7 straight points late in crunch time.
Shakes him into the middle of the paint. James, a left-handed floater, and it's through. Float school is in session. We're even at 103. Harden steps back on Wells. A 3 is in the air. Money! James Harden from bonus distance, and the Clippers go up 106-103. James drives around him, gets into the paint. Left-handed floater hits the right side of the rim and falls in. That's 7 in a row for the Beard, who's serving up buckets tonight in Memphis.
Clutch baskets there from James Harden, but it was a tie game. It was a close game. It was a tight game late at 110 all. The Clippers call a timeout. They got the basketball, 34 seconds left. And who do they go to? But their number 1 scoring option so far this season.
Dribbles, kicks Norm straight away, flies by Adama, left elbow jumper for the lead. It's cash! Norman Powell gives the Clippers a 112-110 lead.
Norman Powell with the midi, with the jumper. That would be your game winner as Triple J would step out of bounds. He'd have a turnover. Norman Powell would hit 2 free throws. 114-110 was your final. Clippers win by 4 in Memphis over the Grizzlies. Coming up next, your final box score right here on the Los Angeles Clippers Audio Network. Clippers win 114-110 in Memphis over the Grizzlies. Welcome back in. I'm Adam Osland. Merry Christmas, everyone. It came early for Clipper Nation. Huge victory, biggest win of the season. Memphis had lost just 3 games in Memphis at home. We'll update you on the Western Conference standings, but coming into this one, they were the 2 seed in the West, and the Clippers now improved to 17-13. Memphis is 20-10. They had won 12 of their last 15 ball games, tied for the best record over that span with 3 other teams. They had been tremendous, and the Clippers just beat them at their own damn game. The Clippers had 26 fast break points to 12 for the Grizzlies. The Grizzlies play at the fastest pace in the NBA, and the Clippers blew them off their own home court. They ran them ragged. They turned Memphis's 19 turnovers into 31 points. The Clippers 17 turnovers, Memphis got 17 points out of it. That's typically good. 1 point per turnover. The Clippers, they got 31 points. They got about 1.5 points on the 19 turnovers by the Memphis Grizzlies. And how about Big Zoo? How are you going to get 20 and 20 on your day off? At least it was supposed to be. We thought Ivica Zubac was going to be out tonight. He had the calf injury. He's a game time decision, but he's a gamer. He wanted to play. He knew they couldn't win this ball game without him. Against that front line, Zach Edey, Jaren Jackson Jr., Aldama, that's his best performance of the season and one of his, I would say, a top 3 game in his career so far. Big Zoo, 10 of 18, 20 points, 20 boards, 9 offensive rebounds. Yes, some off his own miss. 2 dunks on Jaren Jackson Jr. Vicious throwdowns. Zoo was moving bodies. Zach Edey shrunk. He went from 7'4" to 6'4" tonight playing Big Zoo. Zoo was a monster. Edey was 1 for 8. He had 14 boards, but he was 1 for 8. Jaren Jackson Jr. was 9 for 26. It took him 26 shots to get to 24 points. And Ja Morant got clamped, whether it was DJ or Chris Dunn on him, or Batum or Amir or KPJ, who I think maybe just had his best game. Ja Morant was a minus 12, 7 of 21 shooting for his 23 points. Meanwhile, Norman Powell had 29 for the Clippers in the game winner. That midi on the left elbow put him up 112 to 110. James Harden, 7 straight points in the fourth quarter. Finished with 21. Ended up with 9 assists to 4 turnovers. We'll take that. Off the bench, I thought Kevin Porter Jr., while going 5 of 14, had some good moments out there. Ended up being a +1. Nico Batum, clutch. The bounce pass to Ivica Zubac out of the timeout for another big dunk late in the ball game. 2 big threes from Batum. I say it all the time. It's the theme of the season so far. I'm just proud of this team, the way they play. Now they adapt and beat Memphis while running up and down the floor against a team that plays at the fastest pace in the NBA when the Clippers came in 23rd in pace. They're showing us something new. The Chameleon Clippers, I don't know. They're figuring out how to win in a variety of ways, as Carlo said earlier. Clippers 114, Memphis 110. Clippers get the next 3 days off. They're back at Intuit Dome on Friday against the Golden State Warriors. Tip-off is at 7, pregame at 6. We did talk to La Murray pregame here today, and he did report that Kawhi Leonard is not going to be returning for that ball game, according to sources with The Athletic. Clippers are 4 games over 500, 30 games in without him. I think he can afford to get a little bit more rest and a little bit more runway during this ramp-up period. So pregame at 6, Friday, back at Intuit Dome. Clippers taking on the Golden State Warriors. Outside of Los Angeles, we are leaving you until then, but do not go anywhere. Clippers talk is coming up next.
Clippers pre and post game. Adam, awesome.
Big Zoo was hanging a Christmas wreath on the rim with all those throwdowns in Memphis. Clippers win 114-110 over the Grizzlies and get their best victory of the season. Welcome in. I'm Adam Osland. This is Clippers Talk here on AM 570 LA Sports. 866-987-2570, 866-987-2570 if you would like to get on tonight. I'm in a holly jolly mood. Clippers get their best win so far this season. Definitively, without a doubt, no other way to put it. Big Zoo was phenomenal. Zoo haters weep. You're in shambles. It's over. It's over with how good he's been this season. What do I always say? What am I always screaming about? Get Zoo the damn ball. He's like this. He's like this against Zach Edey. He's like this against Triple J. It doesn't matter. If you single cover Zoo, he is eating against anybody this season. You don't double him, Zoo's going to punish you. And that's what we saw. Again, Big Zoo with a 20-20. 9 offensive rebounds. 20 rebounds overall. 20 points. Huge buckets. Dunks on Triple J. He made Zach Edey look tiny. I don't know if he did the too small Patrick Beverly thing. I miss Pat Bev. You know I love him. He's been talking, as he does, but about the Clippers a lot lately, if you noticed. Who's Zoo's biggest fan outside of me? Pat Bev. He be knowing that Big Zoo's like this. He's been saying it. Remember, after he gets moved, he's in Minnesota, and he came back to a Clippers game courtside wearing an Ivica Zubac jersey while being on another team. I love that energy, and I love the energy and spirit Big Zoo played with. Ivica Zubac set the tone completely in this game. That's all Zoo. Oh, Ivica Zubac's going to play through injury? He's a game-time decision? That calf is bugging him again, but he's playing? I got to play hard too. That's what I saw out there from the starting lineup. That's what I witnessed tonight. A team that rallied around Ivica Zubac, who just had his best game of the season. Easily. Because he got the damn ball. 18 shots up. That's more like it. I talk about this all the time. It's probably wearing on people. But when you see games like this, tell me I'm wrong. Tell me I'm wrong that there isn't an easier way to win. And the path is through playing through Big Zoo. Play through Big Zoo. I don't care if Zach Edey's on him. I don't care if Triple J is on him. Zoo is a force. I've been saying way before Dime Dropper, my guy, started calling him Zoo Shack. I've been saying for years, when Ivica Zubac gets the basketball and really starts being aggressive out there, he starts dunking and kicking his legs out like the old Shaq Reebok logo. Like you find those Reeboks that they were cheaper at Walmart or Target. Shaq shoes. Nothing wrong with that. That logo. That Zoo, when he gets going. The way he ran the floor tonight. He looked as spry as ever. Sometimes that happens. A guy's playing through injury, and it actually gives him that adrenaline shot. And makes him focus more and be more in tune with the game because he knows he has to be to get by that night because he's going through something. Big Zoo dealing with the right calf injury and just had his best game of the season. In a season where he's having his best year. Zubac. All eyes on Zoo. Keep your head up when Zoo's near the rim. Somebody's getting dunked on. Triple J got embarrassed. And then we got a guy in here saying, here's the Zubac fanboy, Quentin Cornett. Like, dude, nobody wants to hear from you. Nobody likes this. This is a Zoo hater. Like, they will deny with their own eyes what they saw tonight to try to keep their own narrative alive so they can keep that confirmation bias. Whenever Zoo has a bad game, they hold on to that and they let these games go very quickly. That's how they operate. Well, they can go get put in timeout. Sit down. Be humble. You got humbled. Zoo's a monster. Nobody said Big Zoo was going to dominate Triple J and Zach Edey tonight like this while being hurt and questionable earlier today. Now we got other people in here. Triple J is saying, why do you nitpick KPJ but not Dunn? Dunn has the Clippers' best plus minus on the season. They win his minutes every time he's out there. KPJ coming into this game was a minus 30 on the year. That's meaningful. That is reliable data. They're not winning those minutes. Tonight he went +1. Tonight I felt like he probably had his best game. He still made some mistakes out there. That step back jumper got him pulled in the fourth quarter. In the first half, he lost the ball out of bounds when the defender wasn't even near him. It was just because he got into his bag and his handle and lost the basketball. Did he have great defensive moments? Hell yeah. I praised him for that. It's called being fair and balanced. If you don't like it, go to somebody else's pod. When KPJ plays well, I praise him. If you think that he and Chris Dunn are at all related with how they play out there on the floor, you probably don't know ball, man. Chris Dunn leads them in plus minus on the season, leads all Clippers. He is so impactful to winning. Do you understand? He wrecked Triple J when he was on him, Ja Morant when he was on him, Desmond Bane. I don't know how to explain this to people who don't see it. I never talk about done mistakes. I have. I literally have been posting how bad he's been from three at Follow Adam A. I'm the one who put that post up to show that he was shooting 28% over about a 60-shot sample size from three. You don't know me, bro. Triple J, get dunked on again. It's appropriate you got that name. Manny says, are we sure Triple J is not KPJ? KPJ probably just had his best game of the season, most impactful game. And he still was 5 of 14. And he still had some really bad moments. But defensively against Ja, he had some awesome moments. Awesome moments. No, plus minus over 500 minutes during a season is not garbage. If you think that, you can't interpret it correctly. That's on you. That's on you, man. I shouldn't have to, I'm not putting you on mute, Triple J. You just can't hang. I'm Big Zoo, you're Triple J. You're getting dunked on. You say, I don't criticize Dunn. I bring up evidence that I have. It's clear that I have. So where do you go next? And that was probably, yes, impact-wise, that was probably KPJ's best game. Stop saying that? No. Now you can get a timeout. Go find another show, man. I ain't got time for this on a night when the Clippers win 114-110 in Memphis over the Grizzlies. I got time for the casual stuff in here. I'm having a good time. Everybody else is in a jolly mood, and you want to start going after different stuff. Completely unrelated topics. I can't even, the guy comes in here is like, why do you nitpick KPJ? And then when I say it's probably his best game of the season, he's like, don't you dare say that's his best game of the season. I can't win. I'm either nitpicking him or giving him too much praise and saying this was his best game. I don't know what to do with some of y'all. When you go over 500 minutes, that plus minus becomes very relevant. I would encourage you to go check out who's in the plus and who's in the minus on the season for the Clippers. It matches the eye test. Big Zoo was a plus tonight. Let me tell you. plus 17. On a one-game sample, I agree. It can be faulty. Over 500 minutes played? It's not. It's not, my guy. That is a huge sample size. Yes, it matters who you're on the floor with, but over 500 minutes, as I pointed out before, Nico Batum is like a plus 80 on the season, and KPJ is like a minus 30. KPJ can play better. Tonight he did. I'm praising him. And the same guy says I'm nitpicking him now is like, you're praising him too much. Don't say that's that's his best game. You can't win with some people. Luckily, the Clippers can win. They're 17-13. We'll take a timeout here. They win, get their biggest victory of the season, 114-110 in Memphis over the Grizzlies. I'm Adam Osland, and you are listening to Clippers Talk here on AM 570 LA Sports. Clippers win in Memphis. Final score 114-110. Welcome back in. I'm Adam Osland. This is Clippers Talk. James Harden, 21 points and 7 straight for the Clippers at one point late in the fourth quarter. Clutch buckets. Norman Powell, the biggest shot of the game. A midi on the left elbow. He finished with 29. Big Zoo had 20 and 20. Kevin Porter Jr. probably just had his most impactful game as a Clipper. 13 points, 6 boards, 4 assists, 2 steals. Great defense. Like, he got more than just those steals. He got deflections out there. He was a ball hawk. He was doing his Chris Dunn imitation. I try to keep it straight. I try to be factual and honest. Adam R said, Adam, I like your style. Always straight up. If you're watching on the Clippers Talk YouTube side, appreciate you. If you're listening here on AM 570 LA Sports, appreciate you. Let's go to, Jesus in Alhambra. Jesus, happy birthday. You're on Clippers Talk.
Just a few days early, but thank you, Adam. Appreciate that.
I got you.
Hey, man, just want to say a big shout out. Appreciate what you do, the Clips and Dip podcast, Clippers Talk, for all your time and dedication, man. It's great. You know, the Clippers didn't have anything for a long time, man. So guys like you know, don't go unnoticed, man. Appreciate you. And just want to say I appreciate this win, man. Big Zoo, I know you guys have been talking all season and stuff, you know, that he was going to be the difference, scoring and whatnot, you know, stepping up in Kawhi's absence. And he's really come through. I think he's really kind of, grown into his body and kind of realize how big he is and how much he can dominate on the court, man. And it's great to finally see it. We've all been waiting for it, and I think he's coming out of his shell, man, and just being who he needs to be.
Yeah, and they're finding him and rewarding him. I was upset over the last game. He had that 7-0 run in the third quarter. They didn't look to him. He ran the floor hard. They took a bad 3 instead. Now I feel like they're starting to believe and trust Zubac a little bit more. And he's a made man, Jesus. That's what it has to be. Of course, I felt like this last season at times, and then they go away from him. The next game, they'll probably forget about him again. You know how it is. They forget about Zoo. But you can't forget about 2020. This was as good of a performance as he has had in a regular season game, or at least close to. I know he almost had a 30-30 game once, but Jesus, appreciate you, my friend. Thanks for the love. Merry Christmas. Happy holidays to you and yours, all right?
Thank you, Adam. Appreciate you, man.
Let's go to Jose and Downey. Jose, you're on Clippers Talk with Adam Osland.
How you doing, Adam? First time calling in a long time.
I've noticed.
I gotta agree. I know, man. I'm not gonna lie, man. The off season kind of pissed me off. I've been watching every game. It's just I was like kind of pissed off. But thank you, man, for what you do. I agree with the last caller, man. I'm sorry about that.
No, keep going. Keep going. I want to miss you while you're praising me. So keep going. We can hear you now.
We've always needed some Clipper talk, man, and I'm glad you bring that to us, bro.
Every day, baby. 7 days a week, Jose. I do it for the people in the back. I'm like Patrick Beverly when he said that.
My nephews, my brothers, they follow you. They hear your podcast all the time. So I really appreciate it. But yeah, man, I gotta agree with you. 2020, you can't forget about that. I feel they have been going to Big Zoo a lot this year, and I hope they keep doing it. At times, I do see him disappear. I don't know if that's because he's not fighting under there and really demanding the ball, or just because they do forget about him, man. I really hope he continues to get that ball. And I agree with you, man. KPJ, I wouldn't say that it's a little up and down. I think he has flashes of being that player that he was building up to be with the Rockets, and I think he should get a little bit more tough love, because I think everybody can see it, that he can be a player that's going to make a difference for this team. And he's going to get there. I really do think so. And Dunn, agree, man. He is nice. I'm glad that they have him. I'm glad that they're all playing hard, rotating, calling each other out on defense, and just putting that effort out there. I'm hesitant as to how they're going to bring back Kawhi. I hope they bring him limited minutes off the bench, and he
will be on a minutes restriction. There's no doubt about that.
Yeah.
Coach Lou already confirmed that. He's like, "What do you mean? Of course he's going to be."
Yeah, and just playing there in his big role of defensively, and how do I fit into this offensive system, which at times can go a little stagnant, but I think it does play well. So I really want to see them all together. I think this is the perfect team for him, the defensive team. And we'll just see how it goes, man. But nice to hear you, brother. And thank you for doing this for us.
Good phone call, Jose. Making up for lost time. Don't be a stranger, all right?
All right, brother.
Appreciate you. Let's go to Lenny in Inglewood. Lenny, you're on Clippers Talk with Adam Osland before we take a quick break here. Lenny, my guy, it's good to hear from you once again.
Up, man? Adam, what you say? You don't know me, bro. I like that. Hey,
he doesn't. If somebody's going to criticize me saying I never criticized Chris Dunn, it's like I'm the one talking about how poor he's been from three lately. And he missed a couple wide open threes late in the fourth quarter that could have been dagger shots. And those are shots he has to make. They came through anyways. His defense far outweighs any of his offensive struggles, and he is a net positive, but there are still things he can do better, and he will.
Bruh, let me tell you something. If Chris Dunn can get that shot, it could literally mean the difference between us and being in the finals. That's how dangerous he is if he can start knocking down, because those shots are going to be there. With Kawhi coming back, those shots are going to be there.
Here's the thing, though, Lenny. Like, we have a healthy sample size of Chris Dunn from three in his NBA career. He has attempted 667 threes in his NBA career, and he's a career 31% three-point shooter. Like, I don't expect it to be much better than like 35%.
Okay. That makes sense. I got you. I got you. But listen, dude, I dreaded this game on the schedule. I was like, oh snap! They gonna go down to Memphis. Jai's back. But I was still pulling for it. But man, this is a huge win.
Mhm.
I just you look at Harden, and in the past, his usage rate. I think for when they got around to the playoffs, and they used him so much, man. But it's like tonight, even when KPJ came in there and gave him a nice rest, he can come in there and then he can rip off, 6, 7 in because he's got that ability. So if I think Ty Lue and moving forward just uses him right, and with Kawhi coming back, I really think, man, we're easily a top 3 seed. And your top 3 seed, anything's possible. It's just about if who's clicking at the right time, who has injuries. But no, I don't fear. I don't think we have to fear anybody in the West right now because Oklahoma City Thunder is special.
Yeah.
But anybody, and you're gonna have to play.
And Denver could
lights
still
out.
make a big move, I think.
Yeah, I think so too. I think they're gonna do something during the time. They're not gonna be stagnant. But
Lenny, my guy, I'm up against it. I'm supposed to get out
Okay.
here. Give me
all
10
good, man.
seconds.
All good. Listen, big win, man. Merry Christmas, and let's go get it now in the new year.
I love you, Lenny. Talk to you on Friday.
I love you too, bro. All right.
Clippers win 114-110 in Memphis over the Grizzlies. Quick timeout. We'll come back. More Clippers talk. Post-game audio from Coach Lue is on the way. I'm Adam Osland, and you're listening to AM 570 LA Sports. Clippers win 114-110. Casuals don't like it. Zoo haters are crying in the bathtub tonight as Zoo has 2020. Like, what about when he plays against DeAndre Ayton? Why isn't he better in those games? Like, he's had good games against DeAndre Ayton. Those games don't define his career. Neither does this one. But on the season, if you're getting 16 and 11 every night, I mean, what can you say? 15 and 12, but that's about to go up after having a 2020. What can you say? One of the better starting centers in the league. One of the better bargains in the league. Big Zoo. You got a guy here in Quentin Cornett in the chat at Clippers Talk who says, you won't be honest about Zubac. Why hasn't his low post moves improved? All he does is dunk. You're crazy! I'm sorry, man. You're legitimately nuts. The guy has left-handed hook shots off a spin move. You don't watch the game. I guess I'm going to need anger management with some of these people. You have no idea what you're watching. A guy who has spinning left-handed hook shots on the block, all he does is dunk. You literally don't know ball. You don't watch. You can say, well, that's my opinion. Cool. Great. I can show you video evidence that contradicts that opinion. That Ivica Zubac has a bag on the block. People in the chat know. Did you ever watch the Clippers? Now Quinn's like, well, I gave him credit for that. It's no, you just said all he does is dunk. All he does, he hasn't improved his post moves. All he does is dunk. He has a left-handed hook. Tell me how many bigs have a spinning left-handed hook in the league. I'll wait. It's not even worth, I just use these people to bounce things off of. No, I'm not too emotional. It's called doing a show. You probably don't understand what you're watching. If you don't like it, Quentin, all you do is come in here. This guy, Quentin Cornett, all he does is come in here and say, well, I've been a Clippers fan longer, so that means I'm right. It's no. Get your eyes checked. You don't watch. You completely present a false narrative about Ivica Zubac, his footwork, his post moves. You say all he does is dunk. You're telling on yourself. The footwork to get to those dunks, by the way, the step through move, you have no idea what you're watching. You don't. And with that, we'll take a timeout. 866-987-2570. One more segment here on Clippers Talk as the Clippers get the victory, 114-110. I just got to start banning some of these people. People are saying in here, Quentin got to go. He does. I watch every possession. If you are going to argue with me about the Clippers, you better come with it. Saying stuff like all Ivica Zubac does is dunk in a game where, yes, he probably had 3 or 4. Well, are those all the shots he made, Quentin? Because you can go to the box score, and I think he made more than those 4 shots, so he must have done other things than just dunk. It's just so easy to debunk these things. More Clippers talk coming up next. I'm still jolly. I'm Adam Osland, and you're listening to AM 570 LA Sports. It ain't casual Friday, but it's casual Monday for some people in the chat after the Clippers get their biggest victory of the season, 114-110 in Memphis over the Grizzlies, and Zoo goes for a 20-20. That upsets a certain faction of the fan base because they keep getting proven wrong. They don't like that. They want to push back against Ivica Zubac being one of the better centers in the league. Like, you got a crazy guy like Quentin saying, all he does is dunk, when we know it's proven that's not true. He is ambidextrous. He is good with both hands, finishing with touch around the basket. Then Quentin says during the break, guys, he's overrated, Adam. Watch what he does against the better centers in the league. Triple J has won a Defensive Player of the Year award, and he just got bodied by Zoo. Bodied by Zoo. Is that the new workout program? Triple J is one of the best defenders in the league. My God, could you tell on yourself more? Let's go to Colin. I think in Encino. Colin, what's up? You're on Clippers Talk with Adam Osland.
Hey, Adam. I want to stick with you and go against the naysayers. I mean, if you're a Clippers fan, be a Clippers fan. Kawhi is going to come back. Team's playing well. Big Zoo, just lean into him, folks. What's the problem? What is the problem here? We've lost long enough. Let's back our boys. You know what I mean?
Yeah, I agree with you. I don't understand. It's just some people, they don't like being proven wrong, and they want to throw their resume around and say, well, I've been watching basketball longer than you. It's like, great. You ain't watching it the right way. You don't know what you're seeing. Like, on some of the dunks, where the moves he had to make to get to those dunks, the step-through moves, not to travel, the footwork is immaculate from Ivica Zubac tonight. And it's been like this for years. He just doesn't get the ball enough, in my opinion.
Absolutely. And Quentin, go to the Lakers side. If you want to cheer for somebody, go on over there, buddy. We don't need you.
Stay on that side. Colin, I appreciate you. Merry Christmas. Happy holidays. We'll talk to you soon. Don't be a stranger here, all right?
You too, brother. Thank you.
Let's close things out the right way with Jose and Southgate tonight. Jose, what do you got to say?
What's up, Adam? I hope this is Adam, not AI Adam. But what's up, Adam?
I'm so lonely.
These tamales and that Clipper W took some grit and grind, but it's going to be well worth it, baby. I hope the Clippers take advantage of the 4 days off. I hope Norman Powell has been a little funk lately since the last Dallas game, but he gets it going against Warriors like how he's been doing. Zoo's going to end up on the naughty list with all that bullying he was doing. You, my friend, are for sure going to be on the nice list with all this Clipper content. Keep it up. We appreciate you. Here we go, Adam. Let's go, Clippers!
Oh, Jose and Southgate. A guy known as Jay in the chat, Clipper Nation, if you're in there. Before we get out of here, Daniel West, producer. Go West, young man. Give us the update on the Western Conference. Where do the Clippers sit now currently? I know there's a couple of other games going on tonight.
Yeah, as of right now, Clippers are sitting in 7th, which is a spot up from where they started the night. Okay. And some good news around them. The Spurs, who came in tonight, number 9, they lost. The Wolves came in 10th. They lost. And the Mavs picked up a win in 4th. But everything pretty much held for most of the night.
Can Detroit beat the Lakers? I mean, if I want to really get greedy tonight.
Ooh, I got to check on that score.
I ain't even worried about it. This is about the Clippers winning 114-110 in Memphis over the Grizzlies. He's our new producer, Daniel West. Get used to him. K. Newton went south. Daniel West, staying west. Clippers win by 4 in Memphis, their biggest victory of the season. I mean, I didn't even get to all the plays that I want to talk about. That Amir Coffey throwdown where he got fouled and the ball rolled in. Huge. So, yes, we're going to do some Clippers talk after dark. In just about a half hour from now, I will be driving on the freeway. And if you subscribe at Clippers Talk on YouTube, you can be watching and keeping me company on a long drive. Merry Christmas. Happy holidays to everyone. Big shout out, Clippers organization, Steve Ballmer. The wall travels. Teams are missing even on the road against the Clippers. I think it's because they're so physical all the time. Big thanks to Ralph Lawler, Brian Seaman, Noah Eagle, Carlo Jimenez on the call. Big brother Jake Warner, thinking about you, bro. The callers, the listeners, Daniel West, our producer. Here in the bank, I'm Adam Osland. We will talk to you guys in about a half hour on the YouTube side. Outside of that, We'll be back on AM 570 LA Sports when the Clippers take on the Warriors on Wednesday. Make it Friday.